Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to be doing a review on this brand new $300 Mr. Coffee Maker. It's called the Perfect Brew. It is SCA approved. I'll be showing you how to make the different drinks that it makes. I'll be also using my very own coffee today, Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. I do sell it in the whole bean, ground coffee, and K-Cup form. You can buy it at justadadcoffee.com. It makes a delicious tasting hot cup of coffee, and I'm also going to be making iced coffee with it. It's like a dark to medium roast. Or right underneath the video, you'll see a link to where you can purchase this coffee also. I really would appreciate the support. So I did an unboxing video where I show you how to set it up for the very first time. I go over all the dimensions, the wattage, all of that. So be sure and check out that video for all of that information. Today we'll be making the actual coffee drinks. Okay, so this coffee maker has a lot going on. We've got two brew baskets. We've got this green basket, which is for tea, and it comes with a filter, reusable filter for tea, and this is the coffee one for coffee. Now they are pretty much the same, except for they have this little thing on the back here that's going to activate a micro switch so that the machine knows what brew basket you have installed. There's two micro switches here, and depending on what brew basket you have installed, it's going to activate either the coffee side or the tea side, which I'll show you. The display, I'll turn the lights down here in a second. It's a little easier to read when the lights are down, but here's where the brew basket goes, reusable filter, brew head. We have a water reservoir around back. It is removable. That's really nice. You can take it off. It does have a max line. At the bottom of that water reservoir, there is a red plug. Make sure and take the red plug off. The cord's only 2 feet long. Now let's talk about the brew basket. There is a plunger in the bottom. The machine is going to lift that lever up and down to let coffee or tea out. It can shut the coffee off automatically. And it does that by, there's a little sensor right here. It knows when the carafe is installed and it will let the coffee come out. But you can also do other drinks. You can brew right into a tumbler. It does have a warming plate on, and it only turns the warming plate on when you have the carafe selected. If you don't have the carafe selected for the quantity, it won't turn the warming plate on. That way you can put your glass right there. Okay, let's talk about the filter. This is the reusable filter. Now you don't have to use this. You can use a number 4 paper filter. And here I've got a paper filter. I like to fold the ends like this, open it up, and then you can put a number 4 cone filter in there and then put your coffee right in the paper filter. The paper filter will help prevent sediment. If you use a reusable filter at the bottom of your coffee, there will be a little bit of sediment. Now this is an 8-cup carafe. It has a hinged lid, but it doesn't have that, again, doesn't have that little thing that pushes up that plunger. The machine pushes that plunger up. You can brew right into a tumbler, and it can be 7 inches tall. Okay, let's get into the display. I've got the coffee basket in, so the coffee light is lit up. Now it's kind of in a sleep mode, but if you press any button, it wakes it up. Now we've got this line. We've got this side and this side. So press this button and the line switches from over here to over here. Now when the line is on this side, the left side, now we can select, do you want hot? By rotating the knob, hot, over ice, or express cold brew. If I press the button, so say I want hot coffee, press it. Now I can select, do I want a carafe, a 16-ounce tumbler, 12-ounce tumbler, or an 8-ounce cup of coffee? This is how many scoops that you're going to put in the basket up there. And again, then when you want to start the brew, you just press the brew button right here. And it's going to start a timer, and the carafe's not installed right now, but we'll hit cancel. We do have a clean light. We got a delay brew, which you can program this to come on in the morning, and you can set the time. Now, everything it tells you is on the scoops. So whatever you select, say over ice, and then you want a 12-ounce, it's going to tell you how many scoops to add. It does come with a scoop. Now, what Mr. Coffee is saying a scoop is somewhere, I've done the measuring. A full scoop on the coffee side is about 3 tablespoons. But they tell us 1 scoop should be 13 grams. And I did some measuring. So 13 grams came out to between, almost to the top, right about here. Again, this is 2 tablespoons to this frosted part. This is 3 tablespoons. So one of these scoops ended up being more than what they called out for. It was about 18 grams. to this frosted part was only about 10 grams. So somewhere in the middle is where they're wanting, or they're saying that 1 scoop should be about 13 grams. For a full carafe, 8 cups, you should add 5 scoops, which is about 66 grams. All right, so let's brew a hot coffee first. That's gonna be the simplest. Rotate this, hot, press it, full. We're gonna do a full carafe, 5 scoops of coffee. Now I'll be using Just a Dad Simple Sip coffee. It's got a resealable bag here. Let's open it up. It's already pre-ground. I'll be putting the scoop in. I'll be getting a full, I'll be putting 5 scoops in. So yeah, that's about 1 scoop. I'll use the reusable filter since that's the one it came with. I'm gonna put the coffee right there in the middle, 5 scoops. Okay, there's the coffee. I may wanna just kind of level it out, push the basket down, close the lid. Okay, so again, I got hot, carafe. Now press the brew button now. It tells me 5 scoops. It should go into a countdown timer. And we're gonna take some temperatures and we're gonna measure the time. So it starts brewing. Okay, that's a countdown timer now. It's not the clock. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So I really don't have to do a stopwatch. Okay, it paused the brewing. So it took about 20 seconds. It left that plunger closed and then it opened the plunger up. I bet to get like a bloom. Boy, it smells really good. So it is able to turn that plunger on and off itself with the machine that allows the coffee to come out. So by stopping the coffee from coming out, it lets the hot water build up in the basket to let the coffee bloom. And we can just take a sneak peek. Oh, wow. That's a coffee bloom. Okay, let's get some temperatures. 178 coming out, pretty consistent. 180. Again, there's a pump inside. This isn't like a traditional coffee maker that boils the water and it kind of percolates over the coffee, and you're hearing those loud puffs and everything. This is more of a quiet, a pump that's pumping the water through a heating element. And it kind of shows it on the box here. Or maybe it's not a pump. I think it is, the way it sounds, but there it shows the heating element. Auto adjusts for tea and brews coffee from 194 to 205. All right, we're at 190. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a water pump that's brewing the coffee or brewing the water through the heating element. Now here's the coolest feature. It's got a sensor back there. I can pause the brewing. Say I want to grab a quick cup of coffee. I can grab this. There's a sensor there that stops that coffee from coming out. I can take a quick cup of coffee. It doesn't have that plunger at the top that pushes it up. The machine pushes that plunger up. Then when I put it back, it automatically starts the brew again. Now, when you do this, I do recommend going slowly. When you go fast, it does have some coffee will kind of come out for a little bit. So just make sure that sensor is activated, just like this. There the sensor activated. Now do it. If you go real fast, it'll just pour some coffee right onto the heating element. That's a pretty neat design. I've not seen that before. Okay, let's try to get some temperatures of the brew. Ooh, it's hot. Be careful. 197 up there at the top. 198. That's hot. Be careful. Now this is a countdown timer, and then when it finishes, it's going to beep twice, And then it's a count up timer at the end. And it says for the best tasting coffee, you should drink it within 30 minutes. And it's going to keep the warming plate on for 1 hour. After 1 hour, it automatically shuts the warming plate off. From what I've seen, that's not adjustable. Okay, looks like it's finishing up. At about the 1 minute mark, you hear the water stops going through the heating element. And now what the remaining water is just draining out of the brew basket. Okay, we're down to 1. So you heard the plunger now stops. It's not going to drip anymore. We heard 2 little beeps, and now it's a count up timer. Okay, I'm anxious to taste this. How's the carafe pour? Ooh, that pours really nice. There's some steam coming out right here. Be careful. That's kind of burning my thumb a little bit. But the carafe pours really good. Yeah, keep your thumb away from that opening. But it pours really nice. All right. 170. That's an extremely hot cup of coffee. Most coffee makers are around 165. I'm going to have to let that cool off. Okay, it's cooled down a little bit. I did try it black. It's extremely good tasting black. It's really rich and dark. It doesn't taste watered down at all. Again, only 8 cups. Now I add a little bit of cream and sugar. That's how I normally drink it. Wow, that is a delicious tasting cup of coffee. Wow, it does taste really smooth. Now again, since I use that permanent filter, when your coffee sits, there will be just a little bit of sediment. It's not grounds in your coffee. It's just a little bit of sediment at the bottom. Again, if you're stirring it and mixing it and drinking it, I think it does add a little bit of flavor to your coffee. But if your coffee sits for a little bit, you may not be used to that. You may be used to using a paper filter. When you use a paper filter, you don't get any sediment at all. But remember, you can only use a paper or the reusable. Don't use them both at the same time. Cleanup is rather simple. It doesn't say you can put these in the dishwasher. I think you can in the top rack. It says just hand wash them and the carafe. So again, I'll put a link to my coffee, the Just a Dad Simple Sip coffee. It tastes really good in this coffee maker and it works really well. Is it worth $300? I'm not sure yet. I mean, it's an extremely good tasting cup of coffee, you know, but a $12 coffee maker, can it make the same? I'll have to do the taste test to let you know. And I will be doing a video on that. Right now, again, $300 is a lot for a coffee maker. So, but this, what you're getting seems really nice. It's elegant, it's nice, it looks nice, functionality looks good. I'm gonna do another video. These videos get super long, so I'm gonna be doing an iced coffee, then I'll be doing that cold express. I'm anxious about that. Then I'll do some of the tea. I'll do tea. Then I'll show you how to set the delay brew. Again, so far so good. This is an extremely good tasting cup of coffee. Yeah, I almost forgot. This is the best part people like to see is the actual, how did it brew? Yeah, it didn't overflow. I like to see that. That's a lot of coffee. I mean, you could use it and see there will be some coffee, since it shuts that plunger off. I have noticed there is some coffee or some water down there that's really hot. So, but cleanup is simple. You can take this over to the trash can, empty this out, and then rinse that out. Again, I bought this with my own money. I will put a link to it underneath the show description notes. I am an affiliate with Amazon and Walmart. If you click on those links, the products won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews yet. You know, if you end up getting one of these, it's going to make a good cup of coffee. But the $300 is a pretty big price point right now, and I got to do some more work with it. But anyway, if you could also check out my coffee, Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. Again, you can get it at justadadcoffee.com. Or underneath the YouTube video, you'll see a little squares where you can purchase this. It's going to take, if you click on those links, it's going to take you to Just a Dad Coffee where you can purchase it. My coffee it doesn't sit in a big warehouse. Every week they go through the orders and it's going to be fresh that week. So if they get 5 orders, they're going to brew a batch for 5. They're going to send it out right away, UPS. So your coffee is going to be fresh. And having fresh coffee, that's where you get that big bloom. If you've got Folgers that's been sitting at Walmart for a couple months or maybe in a warehouse, you may or may not get that big bloom like we saw, that coffee bloom. But with fresh coffee, that's when you're going to see it. And I do notice there is a difference with tasting coffee that is freshly ground. Now, you can also buy it in the whole bean. And if you grind it right before you brew it, you get an even better tasting cup of coffee. But that's a little bit more work. So if you could hit the thumbs up button and to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Also, be sure and check out my coffee, Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. You can buy it at justadadcoffee.com, or underneath the video, there'll be a little pop-up where you can buy it off of my store. That'll take you to justadadcoffee.com. I sell it in the whole bean and the ground coffee and in the K-Cup. And I ordered mine about a week ago, and that's what I've been using in this espresso machine, and I absolutely love it. The beans look a little bit light, but it's a dark to medium roast. I think it tastes really good. I've had iced coffee, regular coffees, and I've had espressos. So this coffee, the coffee that I sell, does really good with espresso, iced coffee, cold brew coffee, and just regular coffee in this machine. And also other drip coffee makers. So if you're looking for a coffee bean that just works in the brand new Ninja espresso machine, Just a Dad Simple Sip Coffee. So if you could give me a follow over on Instagram, and I have 2 Facebook pages, a Facebook page and a Facebook group page. I really would appreciate a follow. I do free giveaways there and kind of behind the scenes and how things are going. And that's the best way to communicate with me. My group page, you can leave a post and I'll try to answer it as soon as I can, but that's the best way to ask me questions and to see what's going on with the page. And again, I do use affiliate links. I am an affiliate with Shark and Ninja, Amazon and Walmart. So if one of the links down below, you click on it, it takes you to one of those websites and you end up purchasing the product. The product won't cost you anymore, but I will get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do these videos that I love. I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could hit the thumbs up button, that really does help out my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe, leave in the comments if you'd like to see something else reviewed or this compared to something. I look at the comments and I really do appreciate everybody's feedback. So again, if you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.